In today's session, we will continue with the query parameter. So anything dynamic, so now everything looks for dynamic, right? Dynamic reporting, and it should give them the different experiences within the same report. If they wanted to if they wanted to filter the data in different aspect, view the data in different aspect, that is possible. Okay, by default, the Power BI reports are interactive. The visuals, especially the visuals, are interactive. On top, if you enable the query parameter, if you create the parameters using which, if the users can dynamically change their if they want to dynamically change their the values in your report, in their report, they can do it with the help of query parameter. So there are couple of use cases with the query parameter. Okay, so with that you can understand how powerful the query parameters are. See, the parameter is a very simple and common concept. If you take any programming language, we'll try to parameterize it. Instead of hard coding the value, we parameterize so that it will be more dynamic and then very simple and easy to use. And then you can reuse it. Once you store the value in a parameter, you can reuse it, and parameter itself can be reused. You can pass any value, dynamic values. So the same principle is applicable here. In the Power Query editor itself, we can create the parameter, query parameter. So these are the use cases. Okay, once you create the query parameter, they can reuse the report by sending or by keying in different values to the parameters. For example, you are a North region manager. You want to view only the North region, or you are the VP sales and you are responsible for North South region. In that case, what you can do is you can select North and South region alone, so that in this you can reuse the same report. You don't have to create separate reports for each region or each location. In the same report itself, with the help of the parameter, we can enable the users to view different, in this case, view different regions, sales performance or something like that. Okay, and then it will enable the end users to view only the relevant data. We are restricting the users to view only their respective department also. And also you have a centralized control once you create a parameter that can be modified only by the model authors. And another advantage is, since you are restricting the users to view only the data which they are intended to see, that way what you are doing is, behind the scene, you are enabling the users to query only the subset of the data. For example, North region, we started our operations, business operations, almost 6 months back only. Recently, we started our business operation in North region. So obviously, we cannot expect more sales, more volume there. But if you have 10 million records are there, if you're querying only the subset, very small percentage of the data from that huge volume of table, right? It'll be pretty faster. Okay, you are just querying only the subset of the data. That way, you are not going to cause bottleneck to your source system, tables or database. And also you will have a centralized control. Only the model authors. Who are the model authors? The data architect. They are the one designing the data model. Data model design is done by the data architect. They are the one supposed to create the parameters. They are the ones supposed to modify it. If you need any additional parameters, they can create it. But also it simplifies the process of release management. So as you all aware, in the interest of I have the freshers, what I say here is, for example, you have the dev folder. Okay, in the dev folder, you have created all the reports specific to your module. For example, you are part of supply chain analytics. All the reports that are relevant to supply chain analytics, you have created all the the reports, and then you place in dev folder. And what you do is you do testing, unit testing, everything goes well. What you do is you will inform it to the QA team. Maybe they freeze your code. Okay, and then they will migrate your code to your QA system, QA folder. So instead of saying folder, we can say workspace, right? Workspace. QA workspace and dev workspace. In the Power BI cloud service, we can create the workspaces like a dev workspace and QA workspace. So once your unit testing has been done, once the code has been traced, then it will be migrated to your QA workspace in this folder. So the QA team, what they do, they conduct the test. They conduct the black box test. And okay, everything is fine. Then what they do is they will, in case of any defects, what they raise it in a defect log, and it is the responsibility of the report author to go and fix it. Here, what happens is the report, everything is same. For testing team, right? The testing team, they use different data. Maybe the file name is same file, data file, same data file, but the data are different because based on different test case scenarios, they would have created the dummy data to test their scenarios. Okay, so the file name is same data file, but the data are different. Okay, in that case, what will happen is once you migrate the code here, the QA workspace, whatever the report files that you have it here, that one should point to this data file, not this data file. Okay, so in that case, what will happen is, right, when you use the parameter, so we can leverage this parameter, query parameter option. So you know very well in if you wanted to see which data files are used for any specific report, you can go to the query parameter. In that, you can see that the file settings. For example, if you go here and transform data and data source settings. If you click on it, what are the data files that I use it? You can see it here. Fine. But in the QA, for the QA works folder, they use the same file name, but it is available under another folder. So what they have to do is they need to click on the change report, open the report, and then click on the change source. And here they need to say, hey, it is, don't pick up this one and pick up my data file, E4. E drive, the testing data is available in this file. But D drive, the same file is available. But the E drive also the file name same, but the data are different here. So in that case, let's say you have developed 50 reports or 25 reports. In that case, you need to go and open each and every report and you need to change it here. And again, the QA team, they are not familiar with Power BI. In your company, they are using the host of data visualization tools like Tableau, ClickSense, Spotfire, and also they are using Power BI. Okay, so they are not, they're only responsible to test the functionality, that's it. Okay, so but again, we cannot expect them to be a tech savvy or, it's painful opening each and everything. Rather, what we do, we create the parameter. In that parameter, they need to specify the file name and folder name, that's it. It goes and picks up that file, and then they can go ahead and conduct the test. Okay, you have some visuals here. These visuals will get populated based on the data, that they stored it in their file. Okay, so in that case, what happens instead of, for example, here, what we'll do is as a report author, developer, you just click on change source. Instead of ABC, you click on the drop down here, new parameter. When you click on this, okay, it'll open a parameter creation window. Here you can create the parameter. This parameter name, you can specify it here. Select this option. Make sure that you are selecting parameter. Once you create the parameter, this option will get enabled. I will show you, don't worry. Okay, when you select this one, list of parameters which you created when this report will be visible, you can select that specific parameter. For example, the parameter name is file path. Okay, once you specify the parameter name, click on OK and save it. That's all. And once you share this report with your report users, when they open the report, it will prompt them to enter the path name, file name with the path name. Okay, and then see, once they enter it, it will go and it will get pointed. Your report will get pointed to that specific folder's data file. Got it? That is also another advantage of using the query parameter. And not only that, you can dynamically replace the values. Supposing you want to replace the values, while viewing the report, you found some inconsistency in the data. What you can do is you can rename, you can allow the report users to change the data also. Change the data, you can do it. So these are the advantages of using, and even the parameters also, right? Parameters, you can use it in the remove rows, keep rows. There also you can use it. Don't worry, I will show you everything, all the options, right? All the use cases I will show you in today's session. Now, let us get to the core of query parameter. There are three different types of query parameters are available. Any, list of values, query. Okay. And there are three steps involved to create the query parameter. The first one is, obviously, you need to click on the create parameter. Where should I do that? You go to your Power BI, Power Query editor, click on transform data, go to the, now we are in Power Query editor. The first step is we need to create the parameter here. Either you can create it or you can create it there also. Usually we create it here itself. This is the best place where you can do it. Okay. So just beneath this queries, in the blank space, right click on it, click on the new parameter. The other option is, here you will find in the menu, manage parameters, new parameter. Here also you can go and create the parameter. So what I do is I just keep the cursor just beneath the queries, right click on it, new parameter. It will open up a window where you can specify the parameter. So here what I do is, I just wanted to dynamically change the filter criterion for my query. For example, here I just say country. Country parameter. And then the next one is, as I told you, right? So this is a text data type. Select the country is a text, obviously. And then there are three types of query parameters. One is any, list of values, query. As I've shown you here, the three types, any. For any and list of values, only three steps are: first, create the parameter. Now I'm in the process of creating parameter. So I'm going to select the any value, and current value is, I just say United States. Okay. I'm going to hit OK now. I created the parameter, but we have to use it, isn't it? So how do I use it? I just go to my any one of the files here, and let's say I have a sales W04 data set. In this data set, I'm going to use this country parameter. So where in the country column? Country column. So what I do is I click on the drop down, and here you have the text filters equals. Country equals that parameter name. So that whatever the value you pass it, that one will get assigned to the parameter. So country equal to, for example, if you select India, it filters only the India. So look here, you need to notice this one. Look here, what is this? Country, just watch the country. So here I have, I want to filter the rows in the country column. The column name is country here. The column name is country here, and the country equals, what I do is next to that, I can, if I select this drop down here, all the country names, you can find it. Because currently we are in the country column, we'll show all the country. But here I don't select any specific country. If I select India or United States, and if I create visuals, and then if I create the report, if I share it with the end user, whenever they open this report, they'll be able to see only the India's data. But we don't want that to happen. What do you see here? The ABC, click on the drop down and select the parameter. Look here, the country parameter automatically got picked up. Since in this case, we have created only one parameter, it got picked up automatically. If you have more number of parameters, if you click on it, it will show more number. You need to go and manually select the parameter, which you need to map it with this country column to filter the data. By now, I have assigned the parameter in the country column. Got it? So what is the default value? United States. Now I hit OK button and it should filter only United States. Look here, fine. So this is a default value, but still we can, while you share the report, once you share the report with your users, when they download it and open the report, it will ask them, it will prompt them to enter the value for the country. Okay, now what I do is I just close and apply. Step one, create the parameter and then assign the parameter to your specific column. And here what I do is I just go and select this specific visual, any specific visual. Somehow I closed it mistakenly. 1 second. Where is that? No. My God. How it got closed? Yes, Rashmi, wait. I'll show you. Let this file open so that I can show you. Here, I just select this transform data. I'll go to the Power Query Editor. I'm not sure. I think I did not save it. My God. Yes, anyone, no problems here. I just recreate the parameter again. This time, what I do is I just specify the same thing, country parameter. And here you just specify it. And then the data type is what? Text. And here the any value, the country value is United States here. Okay. United States. This is a default value. Okay. Current value. And then I hit OK. Now I create the parameter. I need to use it. I just go to the sales data set. So you can create the parameter for any other categorical column also. Okay. And here what I do is in this case, I just select this one. And then here the text values equals the country equals the parameter, the country parameter. Here I hit the OK button. United States got filtered here. I'm going to close and apply. Okay, good. It was able to filter only the United States records. Good. And now what I do is I just select the clustered column chart. Here, you can choose whatever the visual that in my case, I've used this one. And then this is the table where we put we applied the parameter. We assigned the parameter. Here, what I do is I just say country and then the sales, country-wise sales. You can see United States only because we have filtered the country column based on a parameter. The parameter we specified the current values United States, it shows this one. Now to answer to Rashmi's question, okay, what I do is I just go to the view. Her question was, how do I rerun the parameter? Yes, transform data, and then you need to click on edit parameters. Got it? You click on it, it will open this. And here what you do is you just specify Germany, whatever the country you want. And I'm going to hit OK now. Now this value will get passed to my parameter. Country is equivalent to Germany. Now this report should show only the Germany related data. Look here. So this answers your question. This is how you can rerun your parameter. All right. So the next one is this is any parameter. Step one, go to the Power Query editor and then create the parameter. Once you create the parameter, you can use that parameter in any one of the columns. In our case, we have used that parameter in the country column. Okay, and there in the filter, in the filtering condition, the country equals this parameter, country parameter. So once you share the report with your end user, when they open it, it will automatically prompt them. So when they, let's say if I share this report to you, when you open it, it will ask you to enter the country name here. So once you type the country and when you hit OK, they can see only that specific country. But with this option, the any query parameter, I'm talking about the first type of the query parameter, any here. When you use any parameter, what is happening? They can enter any country they wanted. There is no proper control, but they can view only one country at a time. But they are allowed to view any country, but at a time they can view only one country per related data here. So in that way, you are subsetting the data. You are not allowing the users to view fetch the entire all the countries' data. You are allowing the users to view only the subset, only the specific country. But still, it is not better when it comes to this one, the security point of view. They can enter whatever the country they wanted, they can view it. But at a time, they can view only one country. Very good. So now we understood how to create the any parameter. But is there any way that I can restrict the users to select only a specific country or specific region? Yes, that is also possible. I just go ahead and open the Power Query editor again. Here, what we'll do is we will create parameter wherein on the other queries, this is a country parameter. I'm going to select the same parameter, but I'm going to change it from any to list of values. What is that? Any to list of values. I just go here, click on the manage parameter. If you want to modify the parameter, leader pointer, select that parameter and click on the manage parameter, open here. So here what I do is I just change the type of the query, list of values instead of any list of values. Here what I do is, hey, this guy should be able to only view the United States and probably Germany. Okay, it will prompt him when you open the report, it will prompt him to either select this or this. That's it. This way you can enforce the users to view only their respective data. And then default value, current value. Earlier with the any type of the parameter, current value, but with the list of values, you have two default values. One is the default value, other one is the current value. You say the default value is Germany, and then the current value is Germany. You just think that, okay, default is if you don't select anything, United States data will get displayed. But in this case, the current value is Germany. By default, you apply the filter on the Germany country only. I'm going to hit OK now. The existing parameter itself, I change the type of the parameter from any to list of values. The next one is I'm going to hit the close and apply. Transform data, here edit parameters. Look here, when the user select the drop down here, only true country they can see it, Germany or United States. They are allowed to view only United States or Germany, only these two countries. So you will have a better control. So currently it shows Germany because the current value is Germany. And now I'm going to select United States. I hit OK. Let's see if this works. United States should come here. Yes, it is coming here. Very good. It is doing a fantastic job. Now we understood the difference between any and type of values parameter, list of values parameter. Okay. Next one is the query parameter. But the query parameter is slightly different compared to the last two parameters which I discussed. So here I just minimize this, and here what I do is country parameter. So in this case, what happens, right? You need to create the query first. The steps are a little bit different. First, you need to create the query and then create parameter and then apply a text filter with the parameter created. That's it. Additional step, you need to, the step one, supposed to create query and then create the parameter, assign that query to this parameter and then apply a text filter with the parameter that you created. That's all. And then you need to, how do you apply a text filter? Like this, you can do it. Okay, here like this, you need to apply the filter. So country is equal to something like that. Okay. Now what I do is I just go to the sales data set, and here I just go to the country column. If you look at all the other columns, excluding this one, right, it looks like this, the icon. But in this case, the icon with filter icon, you can see it. That means this column, you applied the filter. This you can easily make out and click on this and then clear filter. If you want to clear it, you can clear it. Don't apply the filter, fine. Next step is you just right click on it. And at the end, you can see add as a new query. Just click on that. I have selected the country column. In that select the country column, I selected add a query. Okay, look here, a list of all the country names are available here, but we can see the duplicate. United States got duplicated. We don't want the duplicate. I just right clicked on it, remove duplicates. Then my query list is ready. And look here on the left side, it says country. See here what it is, country query list. Use some meaningful name. And then what I do is I just go and instead of creating a new parameter, I'm going to reuse the same parameter. Here, hit this manage parameter. And here, country query parameter. You just change it to country query parameter. In the list of values, what you do here is you select query. And then here drop down country query list. This is the one I created it here. Right? You must have noticed this one, country query list. This is the one. And then that the current value was, United States. I just hit OK. So here we have one additional step, but the first step supposed to be create the list of country or the query. First to create the query. Second step is create the parameter. In that parameter, you specify it is a query parameter, and then you assign the query which you created. Third step is you need to apply this as a text filter to your data set. I just go here, sales W04, the country column, quickly I just go and select it here. Then here you have the text filter equals, here the parameter. I want to use the country query parameter. That's it. I'm going to hit OK. File, close and apply. And here now select this one, edit parameters. If you click on this one, boom, you can see all the countries, the list of countries that are available as per the query. You can see it here. Now you give, so you have given the flexibility to choose whichever country. So probably let's say the C-level executives, they are supposed to, or they are allowed to view any country's sales performance. And at the same time, they don't want to key in the country name manually. Instead, give them the list of values. So as a C-level executive top guys, they should be in a position to view all the countries. Give them the query list and look here, Dominion Republic. Let me see if this country have any data in it. Dominion Republic, very good. It was able to filter only this specific country, very good. So what is the difference between these three? Any and query parameter looks like the same, but in the case of any parameter, you need to, so in this case, any type of verb, they need to enter the country name. Manually, they need to enter it, they need to type it. Whereas in the case of query, you are giving the list of values or the query list so that whichever country they don't have to type it, go and select it. The top level executives, they are supposed to, or they are allowed to view any country's sales performance at any point in time. For them, the query parameter is very much helpful. Any is also good, but any, the user have to type the country name manually. List of values, you are restricting the users to view only the specific country, region, or district related data, subset of the data. Only they can view. In all the three cases, subset of the data only they can view it. But here, only the specific country or regions related data only they are supposed to view it. Hope you understood these three types of parameters. What I will do is at the end of the session, I will share this report file to you. What I will do is right now, I'll just save it as query parameter. And then I will share it to you all. You can start practice it. Apart from this, there are other use cases, like I mentioned at the outset of this session, right? The query parameter, use cases. Release management. In the case of release management, also we can enable the users to select the workspace dynamically. For example, here, I'm going to create another parameter. So if you see the real-time reports, you will find many query parameters will be there. They wanted to make your report as dynamic as possible. Look here, I'm going to create another parameter. I call that as a file path. In this kind of situation, okay, this is a text data type, and then I'm going to use the any value. Current value is d:\dat1. This is my path name. All right, I just hit OK now. File path is my parameter. So we can give some meaningful name. File path parameter. Okay, next what I'll do is I'll just go to my query. In this case, instead of going to a column, I just select this source step. Next to that, you can find this icon, the wheel kind of icon. You just click on this. This one will show you the path name and the file name, which you used it in this report or for this query. Okay, now you can see this folder. What I do is I don't want to specify the exact name of the file and the path here. Instead, what I do is I select the parameter, country query parameter. No, I don't want to use that. Instead, file path parameter, use it. I'm going to hit OK now. Good. This time when I apply this and close it, when I edit the parameter, it will prompt the users to enter the path name along with the file name, or the file name with the path name. You need to key in. Supposing you are a QA person, testing team, file name, everything is same, but the data is different. In that case, what you do, but the path and the location of your file is different from the development folder. Edit parameters. Look here, two options. Which country you want to view it? I just want to see United States. And which folder that you wanted to use it. Look here, I just go here. I want this report file to use this one. I just feed it. So manually, I just copy paste it. File name is different, same, but the data are different. In this file, the data are completely different. I'm going to hit OK. Could not find file. Oh, okay. Sorry, I typed spelling is typo. Okay, let me just change it here. Okay. Discord changes. The table was not found. Okay. The row ID, we have removed it, because of which it is causing the problem. What I will do is I'll just rename it as old. And I just go here, and then we have something called QA folder. Yeah, so we'll use this one and see if this works. So boom, it's working fine, right? So now if you see, the folder name is different, but the file name is same, but the data are different here. Now you are allowing the report users to specify the file name and the corresponding path which they intend to use it. The first use case was you are enabling the users to dynamically the same report you want to reuse it by changing the values for your filtering condition. Okay, for that we explored three types of parameters, any and but with this you are able to understand, with this use case you are able to understand when to use any type of parameter. Here you cannot give the list of values because this one can change any time. Okay, we do not know which folder. This folder name may not be fixed. Sometimes the folder name will be different, right? Different point and they use different folder name. So any is good here. List of values is not helpful. Even query parameter is also not helpful in this kind of situation. For this kind of use case, you can go for any parameter. Got it? Fine. And then the other use cases. If you look at the top, let me just go to the sales W04. If you look at the top here, currently we are in home ribbon, but we are in query parameter. Sorry, the query sorry, this one Power Query Editor. Okay. Here what we do is I just go here on the right side, remove rows, remove top rows. And here you can use the parameter, new parameter. Got it? So what I do is you can create another parameter wherein you can specify, you can create the parameter, that's all, okay, and specify some default value. And when once you save it and share it with the end user, when they open the report, it will prompt them to enter how many number of records from the top needs to be removed. You're giving them some flexibility, right? They don't want to see all the data. They want to remove some portion of the existing data set. In that case, you are giving this is another way of this is another use case. And then the other use case is something like region. In the region column, I right click on it. Not that there, 1 second. So now what we are doing is we are some replace values. The region column, you can use whatever column that you wanted. Don't think that we can apply a text filter parameter only with the country region, whichever column, especially the categorical variable, you can use it. Look here, values to find. Here also you can use the parameter and replace with the parameter. Okay, 2 parameters. So I'm going to create 2 parameters from 2, or right click on it, new parameter from 2. I use text, and then use the suggest value is any, and then the current values, let's say Caribbean. And then I'm going to create another parameter. Two parameter. We'll give some meaningful name, okay? Or you can suggest me, okay? This one, and here is a text data. And here what to do is any value. North or something like 2. So we need to use this parameter, go to the sales W04. We have created 2 parameters. We just go here, and then the region column, what I do is right click on it, and the replace values here. What I will do is Caribbean. So Caribbean, and here let's say North. Replace all the Caribbean with North. Okay, we can do it that way. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Parameter. 2 parameter. Okay, I just go and close and apply. Okay, everything is fine, and I just go and test it now. Edit parameters. Look here, now we can see from to and the file path and this one. the country name. Let's say the country name, I just select Australia and then let it be there, D:QA. The parameter, from parameter to parameter. So now the Caribbean is there north. Find out the Caribbean region in the region column, replace all the values of Caribbean to north. Okay, I just want to, I found something wrong in the data set. Let's say, find some data in the data set. What I do is dynamically also you can replace the values. For example, I'm going to hit OK now. Okay, now it is doing correct Australia, but the data set, how do I check whether it is doing it correctly or not? From to whether it has replaced all the Caribbean by north. Where it has gone. Look here. Can you see Caribbean here? I just go here and select transform data. Here sales W04. I just go here and then in the region column, you can see that Caribbean. Can you see Caribbean here? I just go and check only Oceania is available. Load more. No, it is not there. Okay, what I will do is I will just this is the previous step. Usually it will show here. Okay. Otherwise, what will we replace the Caribbean with that one? Okay. Okay. What I will do is I'll just close and apply the same thing. We are not going to make any changes. Here, edit parameters. Everything is fine. All the Caribbean, we need to replace it with Caribbean. We saw, right? It was not changing. Yeah, replace it with. From Caribbean to North. Okay, if I go here. Okay, here the region Oceania is there, but we don't see that one. I just select the 6004 and here we have the region column. There is the region column, country region, Oceania is there and Caribbean. You want to see that the data is not available. You just click on it. No, it is not available. And here what I do is I just go to the country column. Australia is there. Australia is selected and then I replace that one with the north. Okay. Here I just specify the region name. Another way of testing it. The region and then the sales. Oceania is there. Okay. And the Caribbean to north. What I will do is maybe in Australia it is not available. It seems Australia. It is selecting Australia here. It shows Australia, and the next one is region. Where is the region column? Oceania is there, right? I just select, there is something is confusing here. Okay, I just go to the parameter. We'll see what is the problem here. And here I mentioned the Caribbean, right? That the current value was Caribbean, okay. And then two parameters, the current value was North. I mentioned North. Okay, and what I will do is I'll just go and select this one. Okay, here I'll go to the region column. Okay, region column. Currently, I'm in the region column. I just select this one, and then I just go and say equals once again. Not equals, sorry. Here, I just right click on it, replace values. Or else what we'll do is we'll replace all the Oceania by North. Something like that, okay? That is fine, but we are not supposed to do it manually. It is doing correctly the filter. And here it is from parameter, values to find and replace. Find the Oceania, replace it with North. Okay, it is doing it correctly. The same thing should happen when I do when I test it, okay? Edit parameters. Data set. Okay, what I will do is here I just use the other. Maybe this data set is not having all the data. Australia, I will use this same data, previous data set. Yeah, North. Look here, the Oceania got replaced with North, but anyhow, I manually changed it. Now, with the parameter, we'll test it out. It should show North. Okay. Now it's working fine. North. Right? Yes. Now we understood all the use cases, the type of the parameters we discussed, and also we discussed to know what is query parameter, why it is required. You can reuse a report by dynamically changing your filter condition using the parameter. You are enabling the report users to dynamically change the query filter criteria, number one. And the number two is release management. If you wanted the report users to dynamically set the file path and the file name, they should be able to enter it dynamically. And the other advantage of using query parameters, you can you can enable the report users to replace the values that are available in columns or data set dynamically. So these are the use cases we discussed. For you, what you do is try the same thing with the remove rows and all. Okay. I've shown you how to select the remove rows in the menu. Go to Power Query Editor. There you will find the remove rows, keep rows. The remove rows, instead of specifying the value, you select the parameter, create a new parameter, say 5 or 10 record or 100 records, top 100 records only you wanted to see it. And when the report users open the report, they will be prompted to enter the number of top records that they want to see it. Okay, so usually we don't use that one, the top 100 rows and all dynamic. It is not required. But to my knowledge, none of the use cases are used, but they've given the flexibility in Power BI. You can dynamically enable the report users to select the top N records, bottom N records, and range of values also you can select it. dynamically, allow the report user to select the range of records dynamically. And also they can use the query parameter in the case of release management. It's very much helpful. Hope you're able to understand how to create the query parameter, how to leverage all these features, and what scenarios you can use it. I explained it.